So I'm making a sweater. I usually don't take pride in killing things, but look at this. Look at that terrible horsefly. I killed it, and I'm okay with it. They suck. It's hot, and I am so sweaty in. Hello. I have made this sweater before, like a week or two ago. I made it, and it was a little too big. I was gonna rip it out, but my mom...
Okay, here I am to explain this better because I didn't do a great job. So here is some footage of me knitting whilst I ramble. So my mom, she really liked the sweater, so she's like, how about you just give it to me and I'll buy you more yarn and you can make another. And I was like, okay. So that's what I did. I also wanted to say that I ended up using a yarn that, even though it was worsted, was way thinner than the yarn that was used for the pattern. So I ended up using smaller needles and trying to make a larger sweater to then make it the size that I wanted. I did a bunch of math to try to figure this out, but it didn't work out properly, so it ended up too big, and hence the making the second sweater. And looking back, I think what I would have done is doubled up the yarn and made it that way, and I think it would have made the cabling and everything pop a bit more. And I feel like it would have turned out a bit more like the actual garment, because I think the cabling and everything pops a bit more in it. I still love how it turned out, but I'm just saying.
She was like, no, don't rip it out. So now I have been making the same exact one because I had extra yarn. My problem is I might be running out of yarn. I have this much left and a whole other sleeve to make and to have to cast off, so I might have to order a whole other ball of yarn. But I do have the back made, and I do need to make the sleeves though, so I am kind of doubtful I will have enough yarn. So we'll see.
And see, we did. I did not have enough, so I went online, scoured the internet, found a place that would let me confirm the dye lot before ordering, and then I sent it to my parents' place. So this is me at their place, picking up my yarn, super happy. Yeah, let's get back to making the sweater.
Hey y'all, I am finally back to work on this sweater. I'm currently in my bed because I am so wicked tired. I am wicked tired tonight. Listen. This weekend I had a frisbee tournament. It was super fun, but I am dead. And yesterday I had planned to finish a homework assignment that I just wasn't able to get done because I'm taking some classes for a certificate program. And I got home and was like, nope. So I woke up this morning, worked on that, chilled a little bit, slept so well. So part of this frisbee tournament is you like camp around the edges of the field, and I have lost my tent. I don't know where it is in the move and everything. So I just slept in my friend's truck, just in like the back seat, and I was so crammed. And yeah, I was so cold the first night, so I barely slept. Second night, my friend gave me her sleeping bag, or an extra sleeping bag she had. Yeah, and I probably could have slept in someone's tent, but I was worried that because I didn't even have a sleeping pad, that I would just be wicked cold if I slept in a tent without a sleeping mat, because it just leaches the heat from you. So I was just like, yeah, the truck. So I basically lived out of his truck for that whole weekend. So thank you for that, even though, yeah, that was not the original plan. So where we left off with this sweater is I had just blocked it, and it turned out pretty well. I didn't do a great job of blocking it, so the sides are a little bit like bloopy from where needles were, because I should have put some closer, but overall I think it'll be fine because those parts are on the sides and those are just gonna get seamed anyways. So I'm gonna snuggle back up into my bed, put on some YouTube videos, and seam these shoulders. I honestly, this is what I need right now. Will I take a nap later? Probably. I haven't even had caffeine today, so I'll probably get my nice caffeine crash. Or not lack of caffeine. I'm having a cup of tea. Oh, look at this. I love this mug so much. Led by Maddie. I found her on TikTok. They're expensive, but look how pretty. Like, the only thing that can make this better is if I had one of the ones from her drop that had the orange flowers, because I love orange. I don't know if you can tell. Anywho, let's snuggle up, and if you want to knit with me, go for it. I'm gonna stop rambling. Hello. I have seamed the shoulders. Next, I have to do this part, but then leave enough for the armhole. I need to actually leave my bed and get a measuring tape. So that is a little bit of a bummer, but we do what we must. Can we appreciate that I look like a pumpkin? We got them fall vibes, and also kind of I have several other bound books and welcome. Is it weird that I'm doing this in bed? I just cannot be bothered to not be horizontal, or like at least an L shape, or at least be able to take multiple breaks curled up. I am so tired. Anyways, okay. Shoulder seaming.
She meant side seaming. So surprisingly, measuring and trying to do this in bed did not work, and my camera is about to die, so I didn't get any footage of me doing the side seams. But here is me showing off the rest of the garment and the finished seams. Now, if you look over on the left side, I did try to do the like edging, but it looks bad, so I ended up redoing that. So that's a bummer, but it is what it is.
So, we're in my favorite spot, bed. And I have good news. We have sleeves. Look at those. They are okay. I had to redo them both once, and I am very quickly learning that doing sleeves and neck parts are not my favorite, so that's cool. So I have a couple ends I need to weave in still, but I also did the neck, and that I only had to do once, except I think I definitely had to pick up like a billion times, but she's looking pretty good. We don't hate her. There's just one little hole like right here. I feel like I did a poor job attaching that, but you know, we live and we learn. Considering this is technically the third sweater I've made, we'll accept it. But yeah, now I just want to block it again. It had me block the two pieces before attaching it together, but I want to block it again so I can block these. So I got these at Webb's, which I love going to Webb's. It's about an hour and a half drive for me, but oh my god, was it so worth it. And it was so beautiful, and the leaves are turning, and it's just so great.
Okay, so I brought up those needles because these ones that I'm showing right now are my OG needles. Love them a lot. They are a great set, highly recommend. But the problem is that the needles themselves and the cables are too long. And I looked into trying to buy just individual short cables, but they don't really sell them. So yeah, I ended up getting that black set of needles so I could do the armhole and the neck easier. So they are beautiful, they're kind of pricey, but honestly, highly recommend. I think I pretty much have all of my bases covered when it comes to needles. And honestly, it's the worst when you like buy a set of needles and then end up having to like size down when you don't have interchangeable needles. I used to hate them because I didn't think they worked because I wouldn't tighten them enough, but once you actually tighten them and aren't lazy, they are the absolute best.
And then I haven't really gotten to use these yet, but I'm using them on the sleeves of my other sweater, which I'll get into in the next video. You'll get to hear my woes with those. But these, I wanted to buy these for so long. So these are the Haya needles. And see, the thing about, hi, that's my face. Don't look at my face. Look at these. Can you see it? Can you see it? Look at those, how beautifully thin they are. But I do a lot of really small projects, and I do a lot of socks. And again, I like interchangeable needles. I feel like they're more convenient. It's easily switchable. You already have all the needles you will need right there.
I am so excited about these needles because these are the only set of interchangeable needles that I have found that go below this size. I think it's size 3 US needles, because the thread that I just showed, that has to be really small in order for the cable slash that join to be smaller than the actual needle itself. So yeah, it's really impressive that these needles exist. The only problem is I'm not sure if the length, because there is an adapter to go onto the cables, that makes them longer. So I don't know. I think like the tips of socks, maybe the heels will be tough to make, but I think overall they should still work, especially since I do magic loop. But yeah, I haven't made socks in a really long time because I've kind of moved on to my sweater era, but I will definitely try them out and let you know how it goes.
Use them more. My only qualms or complaints, I mean, I love the packaging. I think it's really cute, but I have a set of 5 needles, and they gave me this huge set, and I could fit 5 billion more needles in here, and I don't need that. So, anyways, little tour of my needle sets. I bought yarn for my next project, and I bought little thing of soap. So I'm gonna wash this in this, and it'll smell slightly of grapefruit, so that'll be cool. Ramble over. Look at that. Look at that. And it fits so much better than the last one I made.
The fresh wreckage of a whale. My spirit brother. He leered at Arthur with renewed hatred. On the way down, he snarled, I couldn't help noticing a flashy-looking white spaceship, and looking out of a port on this flashy-looking spaceship was a smug-looking Arthur Dent. Coincidence?
I think
not, yelped Arthur. He glanced up again and realized that the arm that had puzzled him was represented as wantonly calling into existence a bowl of doomed petunias. This was not a concept which leapt easily to the eye.
So here I am adding my brand new soap to my new sweater. You know, I just put it in some warm water, mushed it around a bit. This soap is apparently non-rinse, so you don't necessarily have to rinse it out. I feel kind of weird about that, so I definitely did after. But yeah, so after I mushed it around and let it sit for a bit, I put it on a piece of foam core with batting and then a trash bag on top. It's just what I had available. So here I am, just mushing it out, making it look nice. I wasn't sure if I was going to pin it or not, but after some research and some thought, I was like, why not? So I just decided to pin it. So here is me mushing my sweater around more and pinning it eventually. So here I am, super excited I'm done blocking it, but I actually had to block it again because I left it too long and it ended up getting a bit smelly. So don't be like me, don't let your sweater be wet for too long, otherwise you'll have to reblock it. I tried toasting it like a marshmallow, not really, but I put it by the fireplace and that didn't work. So either put it in the sun or put a fan on it because that works way better. And now, the moment we've all been waiting for, the reveal. I'm sure you've been waiting forever because I ramble a lot. So here it is, my sweater. Look at her. Slay. So overall, I'm really happy with how it turned out, as you can see. And I also had to do the awkward arms going around because it's just how I roll. So, yeah, I hope you really enjoyed this. I enjoyed making it, and I think it turned out cute. The only thing is the yarn does pill a little bit, so be wary of that. I did also record a what I made in the past, well, like pretty much ever, not just the last year. So I'll talk more about this sweater there and how it's held up. And yeah, continue enjoying my videos, I hope, and I hopefully will post more regularly soon. But yeah, bye.